the community, Smyrna, as we all know, it's just a great place to live. That's why we choose to live here and have our business here. And to see the same people come in week after week, whether it be to buy a cocktail or to buy a couple sides or to buy a full meal for the families. It's been great to see the support.
Hey everybody, Dan Petersen here with the Petersen Partners team. I am here with Andre at the Porch Latin Kitchen, and we're here at the Smyrna Market Village. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Thank you for being here, and looking forward to sharing more stories with people.
Awesome. So we interviewed you about a year ago. It was right after the pandemic hit, and we had a video Zoom call. Talked about what were you doing in order to adjust to the new norm back then. So how have things gone in the past year?
They've gone all right. We've been able to keep the light on, right, which is super important. And we've obviously adjusted multiple times throughout the pandemic, and making sure that we can still have a business model that works for us, and we can still feed the customers that still come supporting us. So we did the takeout piece, and right from the jump, kind of figured out how to do that the best, and then probably like throughout the summer, added the patio seating. We were able to move a lot of our tables outside and have about seats for about 24 people, which that was cool. Again, instead of just putting food in boxes, being able to see people again and put food on plates and just have them come out. And most recently, and back in December, once the temperature started getting colder, right, and we had to readjust, right, and readjust our hours again with the takeout, and then readjust with dining. So we actually started seeing people inside the restaurant. We lost about 20 seats, or we're half and half. We're 20 seats, 22 seats that we can sit, as opposed to about 46 that we could sit normally. So again, just keeping adjusted and making sure that we're able to provide a safe environment that people come out to eat, and we feel comfortable with having people come over as well.
Okay. So what days and time frames are you open for dine-in seating?
And so right now we're doing Wednesday through Saturday for dine-in, and we start at 5 o'clock, trying to seat our last table by 9. So we recommend that people just call us to make a reservation, so we can make sure that we have the table for y'all. And that's been going good. It's been nice to, again, see people come out and hear their laughter and enjoying their night out, which has been really really awesome for me to have that feeling, because that's what we have. We have the restaurant, right? We want to bring people together. Yeah, bring people together and just enjoy times,
Okay. And are you doing takeout still 7 days a week?
No, takeout only 4 days a week. Yeah, we've gone to a four-day work week, if you will. I mean, 4 days of actual work, but still other days for planning. So yeah, we're doing takeout the same way, Wednesday through Saturday. We're posting all our menus on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Even if you don't have a Facebook, Instagram page, you can go on our website. There's a link to either one. Click on it, and it pulls you up to the menu page.
Okay.
And you'll see the menus on there. We're doing pre-orders only, so you have a time frame between 1 and 4 to place your order, and then we schedule your pickup time between 5 and 7.
Right.
That's been the best way for us to be able to manage, the workload that we're getting, being able to get all the orders in, and then still be able to execute, dinner service and the takeout service.
Okay. Do you expect to open up for lunches in the near future? What's the plan there?
Yeah, the plan for lunch is, it's evolving, right? Where Saturdays is the day that we think that we can open for lunch and bring the most people in. We still don't see a need to do it during the week. A lot of our lunch business was driven by a lot of the companies that are around us, and we haven't seen. When you get one person knocking at your door, it's not enough. Doesn't give you enough push to be like, okay, maybe there's a need for this, or 1 or 2 calls a week. We still don't see the need for that. And just asking around, most people's lunches are up and down. I don't. Some people need to do it. I don't need to do it because we've been able to, manage our costs to be able to, maintain the business the way we have.
Okay.
I would love to open up back for lunch soon, but that's just again, there's no demand.
We'll be here when you're ready.
I know you guys will be here, and I know you guys will be here. But we got to make sure that everybody comes as well.
Yeah. Now, one thing I think a lot of people may not know is that you source your food from local farms. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So, did you see any challenges here this past year in
Yeah, I mean, the biggest food that I source from farms are proteins: chicken, beef, and pork. And the vegetables here and there, right? Because our cuisine tends to can't get avocados or plantains or yuca around here. But for example, our pork comes from a small farm in North Carolina. They were hit hard through the pandemic with their processors that process their hogs got hit with the virus, and they had to shut down. Then their farms got hit with the virus, and people that were working at the family members that were working on the farms couldn't produce the pork. And beef the same way, because a lot of restaurants, hotels, and other facilities that use beef, the small farm that we're using now, there's no mountain cattle, for example, they weren't processing as much beef, so the primals, the ribeyes, the strips, the fillets, the things that you usually stand on the plate, they're being cut. They were getting a lot more ground beef, a lot of saddles, just different offcuts of meats that the consumer, the normal consumer, doesn't usually use. So you saw that a lot. I mean, the chicken farms, Springer Mountain, same thing. Less production. Then they have all this extra, food that they can't sell. So how do they manage that? And it was hard for us too because prices fluctuated. So our pork chop, for example, our biggest center of the plate piece, and we probably bought a month and a half that we couldn't source it. So it affected a lot too. I mean, vegetables, lettuces, you name it, butter prices, dairy farmers too. It was. You can see how this affected everybody down the line, whether we grow it, sell it, or like us that we use it to put it back into people's plates. It was tough. It's been a tough year for sure.
Is it coming back around though, as far as making it easier to source the food?
Yeah, I mean, it is. To be able now to know that you don't have to plan 1-2 weeks in advance to know what you're going to get. I mean, things are obviously on the turnaround. More restaurants are open now. Some hotels are open as well. So there's been a little bit of a swing back to a little bit of normalcy, especially with the pricing. The pricing was getting a little crazy for some items, which is nice to see them kind of like fluctuate back. See where they are.
Tell us, how's the community rallied behind you? I remember when we first talked, it was amazing what was going on locally here.
Yeah, I mean, and the community, Smyrna, as we all know, it's just a great place to live. That's why we choose to live here and have our business here. And to see the same people come in week after week, whether it be to buy a cocktail or to buy a couple sides or to buy a full meal for the families. It's been great to see the support. A couple of notes have been sent. We have things in the mail or messages on emails or our social media pages. Just feel, hey, hang in there. We know what you're doing. We support you. We want to see you come around. And it's been weird too because these are people that they come in and they eat at your restaurant and you're with them for an hour, hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours while they're dining, and you get to have conversations, get to see how this is going. But to only be able to see them for a couple of minutes when they come in, pick up and go has been weird too. But it's been nice, man. I mean, to hear of people that frequent the restaurant that are saying their friends, hey, that they come and tell you, hey, our friends come here, but we never eaten here before. This is our first time eating here. They're doing it by takeout, which is for me, it's like, okay, cool. It's not what we expect as far as like what we want to do. But hey, thank you so much for the support because every little bit counts. Every meal keeps us busy and keeps an employee working. And again, it keeps the farm supplying us as well. So it's every little bit counts, and the community's been amazing.
That's awesome. So in closing, any last words that you want the audience to know?
Hey, that we're still here. I know that we're adjusting, so adjust with us. And we want to be here for as long as we can, and without your support, we couldn't be here. Even folks like yourself that come out and definitely keep the word out there has been great. Just think about those other small restaurants or small businesses here in Smyrna or wherever. It doesn't have to be in Smyrna. Wherever you travel, wherever you go, those people are really making an impact, in your community. These are your neighbors that live here, the kids, that go to the high schools that come work with me. I mean, every little bit counts. Yeah. And we appreciate it, So stay strong, stay safe, don't live in fear, and be well.
Yeah. And I highly, highly recommend coming in, whether it's takeout or dine in. Food is amazing here. I love it. So come on in, support, and thank you again for everything. And we're going to be doing more of these community spotlights as well. So come back and check our YouTube channel for other small business community spotlights.